Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages. Boy, if we didn't think they could desecrate and dispose of and absolutely try to destroy the legacy of Laura Croft Tomb Raider and all of the wonderful games and all the wonderful stories that so many fans out there have experienced over the years with the video games, well, Netflix is like, hold my beer and watch this. You thought the new games were bad? Wait till we bring you an anime based on this series because it's going to be hot garbage. And of course, considering the fact that it came from the creators of none other than Witcher Blood and Origin, we saw what kind of hot garbage disastrous dumpster fire of a woke agenda driven garbage that was. Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen, they've done the exact same thing to Lara Croft Tomb Raider, because despite the rumors you may have heard out there, there's indeed a whole lot of gay inside of the Legend of Lara Croft, and color us shocked there. They decided to change a character that canonically had always been straight in the series to now being out there as part of their LGBTQ alphabet soup mafia crowd, because they just can't help themselves, boys and girls. So we're going to check out this article from Bounty into Comics, getting all the juicy details, and of course give you the evidence showing you why this change is a direct violation of all of the wonderful video games that came before this. But before we do, if you do enjoy our content, hit that like button, share with all your friends, and subscribe or follow if you have not already, boys and girls, because we are grinding, we are growing, and I could not do this without every single one of you. Also, leave us a comment in the section down below. Does it surprise you at all in any way, shape, or form? Were you a Tomb Raider gamer out there? Were you a huge fan of the series and absolutely cannot stand what they have done to not only the beautiful Laura Croft, but also all of the rest of the characters in the series as well? Let us know what you think about all of that in the comment section down below. So from bounding into comics and our dear sweet Spencer Bakuli, Netflix's Tomb Raider, The Legend of Lara Croft, makes changes to franchise's mainstay Zip. Depicts him as stereotypically gay man. Oh, color us shocked there. And honestly, the stereotypes are always the worst because they are always so over the top. And aren't we the ones that always get yelled at for stereotyping people? Why do they continue using the stereotypes for gay men over and over and over again? And yet the latest instance of Netflix being Netflix, the premiere of Tomb Raider, The Legend of Lara Croft series, has revealed that the streaming giant's new series has a sexuality swapped the title heroine's longtime companion, Zip. Created and written by the Witcher Blood Origin staff writer Tasha Hu, with animation duties being filled by a whole bunch of people that we don't actually give a two craps about, sees protagonist Laura Croft trekking across the world in hopes of preventing mercenaries Charles Navarre from obtaining a pair of artifacts, which, when brought together, would grant him immeasurable destructive power. And rather than solo missions, Laura's later development adventures see her coming to rely on a number of allies, including the heroine's main companion in the aforementioned video games trilogy, Jonah Mayava, her newly introduced childhood best friend, Camilla Roth, and the Survivor timeline incarnation of series' mainstay, Zip, the last of whom has been significantly changed compared to his previous appearances. Oh, color us shocked there. First introduced in 2000's Tomb Raider Chronicles, this original timeline version of Zip is a computer, and that's always the worst part, right? They're calling this the original timeline, which means no. This is the source material. This is where everything else has come from. This is the real version of Lara Croft and all of her friends, boys and girls. He's a computer expert, thanks to his genuine level of aptitude for any and all things electronic, comes to be hired by Laura in order to help take her down, her former employee, and is a world yada. And separate but nearly identical version of Zip would later appear in the two Legends timeline entries, Tomb Raider Legend and Tomb Raider Underworld. Still black and still a whiz with computers, this version differs from his original counterpart not just in his choice of hairstyle, short dreads over a buzz cut. Why is that such a commonplace thing now to use for black men in video games? I don't get it. Aren't there other hairstyles out there for black men? Pretty sure I've seen a few. But also in the fact that rather than being simply a hired hand, he now serves as Laura's closest friend and full-time man in the chair. That's right, boys and girls. He's the gay best friend. Oh, color us shocked there. We had a phrase for that back in the day, but I can't say it on YouTube, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know if you remember it in the comment section down below. But I mean, seriously, going from being his own independent guy out there, oh, no. And well, maybe his sexuality wasn't always canonically done. Oh, at that point. At this point of the article, the Legends timeline, Zip is also confirmed as canonically straight, as upon walking into a Croft Manor located modern in the Tomb Raider legend, the player has a random chance of hearing hearing Laura scold her friend. Stalking our ex-girlfriends, are we? To which he positively affirms, I prefer to call myself a guardian angel. Obviously a heterosexual male. However, the animated series not only portrays Zip as a gay man, but does so in an embarrassingly stereotypical fashion. And if you're a gay man out there watching this video for whatever reason, do you have an issue with this, getting treated like this and getting labeled down to and boiled down to nothing more than the stereotypes that we've seen in media and entertainment over the years? Is that really how you want to be depicted in entertainment media? Let us know. While we're still a tech genius and close friend of Laura's, this new version of the character regularly paints his nails, speaks with a sassy and catty inflection to his words, and at one point, upon discovering that this heroine was exploring a dangerous rune alongside Camilla, excitedly insists, "Is that her? Tell her that I love her hair." Yeah, stereotype on top of stereotypes. It's absolutely insane what they've done. And they go the full, it's just, if they go on to talk, they address the rumors and reports about of course, Laura Croft being made gay in this series. We don't have actual confirmation on that from the series or anybody involved in that. But what we do have confirmation is that they've taken Zip, a smart, competent, successful, straight, hetero, strong black man, and they've reduced him to nothing more than a stereotype of a gay man to fit their checkboxing in their latest version of diversity, inclusion, and equity from none other than the abysmal people involved in Blood Origin from the Witcher series. I mean, my God, boys and girls, this is a abysmal disaster of a dumpster fire, and I'm sure this series will not turn out very well for the fans out there in any way, shape, or form. And honestly, I can't wait to watch the fallout. This thing hasn't been out for that long, but boys and girls, I'm sure this will hopefully end up being smartly canceled by Netflix, much like Witcher's Blood Origin is, because once again, it's nothing more than a bunch of diversity, inclusion, and equity checkboxing, plus pushing a bunch of what you would consider negative stereotypes about gay man. And of course, they do it all for the checkboxes and all for the virtue signaling. And at the end of the day, we know they will get exactly what they deserve.